Welcome to Happy Hour with Haley. It's the weekend, and after a long work week, there's nothing better than going to your favorite bar and enjoying happy hour. Whether your vice is beer, wine, or liquor, if you're not drinking those the right way, then it can lead to excessive hangovers, fatigue, or even weight gain. When it comes to drinking responsibly and not hindering your healthy lifestyle, it is important for you to understand how alcohol is processed in your body and what you can do as a consumer to help those processes. This was my first Gentleman's Choice video. I let my boyfriend Ryan choose the topic, and since I constantly nag him about his beverage choices, I guess you guys get to be my boyfriend for the day and I get to nag all of you. Nag, 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 nag. That's what girlfriends are best at. We tell you what you do wrong. When an individual consumes alcohol, it then travels down their esophagus into their stomach. There, 20% of it is rapidly absorbed. You may notice that you feel tipsy or buzzed before your drink has really kicked in. But that is really just the rapid absorption in your stomach before that alcohol actually reaches your intestines. The ethanol that is not absorbed in the stomach is then sent to the small intestine, where the majority of it is absorbed into the duodenum. That is the first part of your small intestine. That extra 80% of ethanol is absorbed through simple diffusion into the intestinal wall. Basically, it Houdinis its way in. That is then put into the bloodstream and then travels through the portal vein and then into the liver. The liver is a fantastic organ. Way to go, liver! Thank you for supporting my bad choices. The liver is amazing when you consume alcohol. It breaks down, filters, and eliminates the ethanol that is in your blood. Think of your liver as a washing machine, and your blood as a shirt, your favorite shirt, and the alcohol that you consume is a stain on that shirt. If you put that stained shirt in the washing machine, and it's a small stain, maybe one drink's worth, it's easy to wash that stain out. Therefore, it's easy for your liver to clean out when you drink mildly or moderately. But if you are a heavy drinker, it becomes harder and harder to filter out your blood. Your blood is constantly being filtered through the liver to get rid of waste. That waste is then expelled from your body. Or not for women, because we don't do that. Your ethanol-rich blood travels from your liver to your heart. This is what causes your blood pressure to go down. This is when you just feel really calm and cool. Or if you've had a stressful day at work and want to punch somebody in the face, you no longer want to punch somebody in the face. That blood in the heart is then transported to the lung. This is why after an individual has been drinking, you appear to smell alcohol on their breath. Now, some of that is from them actually consuming it and being left residue, but that's why you smell it on their breath. That oxygen-rich blood is then circulated back to the heart, and then from the heart is then pumped to systematic circulation, so basically throughout your entire body. One of the places it goes is to your brain. That is why you have a decrease in mobility and poor judgment, honestly. When the ethanol-rich blood reaches against your skin, that's what makes you feel so warm. You don't need a jacket because you're warm. And that's also what makes people's faces appear flushed. Due to the alcohol in your system, antidiuretic hormone is present, and that presence inhibits kidney to reabsorb water. If you don't know, one of the functions of the kidney is to reabsorb water to prevent dehydration. But instead, by the inhibition of the reabsorption of water, your body then urinates everything out, causing you to pee incessantly. So if you've ever heard the term, don't break the seal, it is very true. But I'm sure all of you guys have experienced these side effects yourself. I don't need to tell you these. In order for your body to digest and eventually eliminate the alcohol in your body, it must first be deconstructed. Your body deconstructs the ethanol in your body through first oxidation via alcohol dehydrogenase. This is exactly why everybody says you gain weight from alcohol. It's not exactly that it does something to your body, it's the fact that it takes up all your liver's time. It becomes top priority because it's so toxic to the body. Now, when ethanol is converted, NADH is produced. At high levels of NADH halt glycolysis and fatty acid synthesis, which is the breakdown of sugar and the breakdown of fatty acids. This promotes that food in your system to then be stored instead of used for energy. That is what slows down your metabolism. Alcohol is kind of mean to your body, and alcohol just wants all of your attention. You're trying to break down your sugar and break down your fatty acids. They're like, no, you can just go store that and burn it off later. When you hear that alcohol slows your metabolism, it's not necessarily because alcohol slows your metabolic processes, but it's more because alcohol takes up all of your liver's time. But eventually, once the body has rid itself, it then is converted into acetic acid, and then after a lot of other processes, then comes to the products of carbon dioxide and water, which is then eliminated. So what have we taken away from this metabolic lesson? One is that the liver keeps you from dying of alcohol poisoning. Thanks, liver! Your liver is the reason why you can consume a bucket of alcohol, aka poison, and still live to see tomorrow. So in order to help your liver out, it's good to consume alcoholic beverages that is easy for your body to digest. Therefore, it's not working too hard that it just gives up on you. The high concentration of NADH in the body as a reaction to the breakdown of ethanol then inhibits glycolysis and fatty acid synthesis. The inhibition of glycolysis and fatty acid synthesis prevents your body from using that as energy. Therefore, if you consume drinks that are high in sugar or fat, it is most likely going to be stored in your body rather than used as energy because your body is too busy breaking down the alcohol. That is why sometimes you hear that it's not really the alcohol you drink as much as it is the mixer. The third thing is that the inhibition of your kidneys to reabsorb water actually causes that dehydration that you feel in the morning. You might drink a lot of water with your alcohol, but that doesn't mean you're going to be hydrated, because you know what? Your body can't absorb that water. Now, I know, when I started this video, I said I'd give you 5 drinks that you can have while on a weight loss journey without hindering your healthy lifestyle. And I'll get to that. I just needed to get through all of the sciencey stuff. Now, there are 3 popular types of alcohol that are regularly consumed in this country, and that is beer, wine, and liquor. Now, each of these have healthier versions in their category. Some are better than others. With beer, the proper serving size is about 12 ounces. One plus side of beer is that beer is the most nutrient dense out of all of them. And that's because it contains protein, fiber, B vitamins, folate, niacin. It contains all of these things. Now, don't get me wrong, like drinking a beer isn't like eating a salad. Don't think I'm saying that beer is healthy for you. It's not like you're having a healthy meal while drinking beer. But weirdly, you could survive off of beer, but that doesn't mean it's good for you. Now, wine is awesome because it's on the lower end of the carb count. The lowest in sugar are dry wines, so a dry white and then a dry red. And then about sweet whites and reds are about the same. But about 3.5 ounces of wine is about 2, 3, while a light beer is about 6 and a regular beer is about 12. Now, liquor is one of the best when it comes to calories, as long as you don't have a mixer. As soon as you start putting in Coca-Cola or juice, you're instantly heightening the sugar content, you're increasing the calories, and eventually your alcoholic beverage is no longer a drink, but it's a dessert. If you're just having a shot, I mean, you're stinking golden. You don't have the amount of high sugar, it's super low in calories. Most shots are less than 100 calories per shot. And that brings me to my 5 best drinks to have that doesn't inhibit your healthy lifestyle. Now, I don't personally even want beer to be on the list, but if you had to have one, I would definitely suggest a light beer. Budweiser Select 55, I think, is the lowest in calories, lowest in sugar. It's a diet beer, and I never knew that that existed until I started this video. But other than Budweiser Select 55, there's also Michelob Ultra, there's Busch Light. It's on the lighter side. Ryan, you're just lost. He drinks very heavy beer. Your beer choices are just terrible choices. And now we're moving on past the beer section of this video. Now, my next drink is apparently been super popular in Hollywood and I just never stinking knew about it. And that is champagne. Champagne's only about 85 calories per glass, and the carbonation actually helps you feel fuller so you don't overindulge on it. So actually having a glass with champagne makes you feel light and bubbly and helps you unwind after a long day, but it doesn't have you get drunk really easily, and it doesn't have you indulge in cravings. Some studies have even showed that it prevents cravings. Now, my personal favorite is a dry white wine, thanks to my mother. Some might think that I would say dry red wine because of the antioxidant properties, but I usually say white wine because it's lower in calories. It's basically less to deal with for your liver. Now, if you've ever been to a bar with me, you also know my favorite drink is to drink a double on the rocks. I only have one of them. This is a really awesome idea because if you break it down, I'm only consuming the calories in the liquor. I don't have any mixers. I don't have any salt added like on a margarita. I have nothing adding high sugar, high calorie contents to this drink. It's my way of getting my little vice in without having all the consequences with it. Now, with liquor, you have to start thinking about congeners. So that's why vodka, gin, basically any light-based liquor is awesome. Also why whiskey, bourbon, brandy, darker liquors aren't good. Now, I like whiskey, but having vodka would be better. Which brings me to my fifth drink, which is a vodka soda. A lot of people would think I would say gin and tonic, but tonic is actually very high in sugar, and therefore I rather have soda. Plus, I like vodka better than gin, so. But if you just consume those in moderation, 1 drink a day for women and 2 drinks a day for men, then your healthy lifestyle won't be hindered like if you went out binge drinking. So if you just spent an entire week in the gym this week and worked your butt off at work and you're just kicking butt, then skip on the trash can and please just go to like a nice glass of wine or a single vodka soda. That way you can unwind but not just completely ruin all the work you just did. I'm just gonna keep calm and be happy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please let me know and give me a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions on my next Truth About video, or you have some extra questions or concerns about what I put in this video, please comment below. And if you just can't stand to not see my face at least once or twice a week, please hit the subscribe button and then we can become best friends. Now, I'm gonna head over to happy hour.